Okay.
Howdy, everybody, and welcome to an edition of the Rising Legends Chapter 3. I, of course, am your kindest but beloved overlord, Real Guy Extraordinaire, Table 20, Web Jumbo 20.5, Flutter 98.
Coding! Małżiste.
Our Spirit King Hiiro.
Which, yeah, we just did a lot of selling, and holy fuck.
Yeah, we did a lot of selling off-screen, folks, and oh boy, we are swimming in the money.
We won't be swimming in it for very long, though, if we buy items.
Well, of course,
Yeah.
obviously.
Anyway.
Our, Crimson Fighter, Scotty Crimson.
Hello, everybody. Also, barman, I'd like a pint of your finest ale, please.
Our Goblin Slaying Goblin Sentaifan.
I was ready to smash more things.
And finally, our wonderful DM, Markus.
Hello, everybody. Let's get a little bit of stuff out of the way before we go into our next section of this one. By the way, I had mentioned there was one more chapter. There's actually not.
What?
There's only one more level, but there's 3 little chapters to finish up the thing. So
Oh, okay. So
you won't level again, I don't believe, until the very end, but there are the one official section of the
Ah.
So we're getting pretty close now, but still a little bit more to go.
So we got a few new spells each of us. And we've got a few new tricks here and there. Hell, I even managed to pick up. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Hell, I even managed to pick up some nice new gifts. Here's from my spells. Here's Revivify.
Which we can do that for moving forward a little bit.
Right.
But yeah.
Good thing.
So you guys have basically, to get everybody up, you without actually killing the chiefess, Chiefess Ga, you have you basically she dropped her in a hole, killed all her guards, and ran. You then basically from there travel up and have taken the long road, which you're very familiar with now, up to the town of Red Larch, and that is after your day of going around and selling your various items in the town, have found yourself back at the local tavern. You have the Conch of Teleportation. You also, someone mentioned the fact that you have a magic stop that you might wish to call upon. But you arrive here early evening, I guess, by the time you finally have done your business. So is there anything mundane or otherwise other than the selling in town that you need to take care of?
I
I don't think so.
Some mundane stuff. We should probably actually the mundane stuff might be buying the stuff that we need, like the stuff for like some diamonds and stuff like that people need.
If anyone hasn't done that, go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Do that.
How much are diamonds usually?
You need it's a 300 for the one you need for Revivify is 300 gold pieces. And it does get consumed, so it's gone once.
Okay then, I will spend 300 gold for that.
Why?
Picking up one's good because I have 3 personally, but I only did that because I'm preparing for the long game.
So I spend 300, so that means I have 1 diamond.
And if you're not worrying about getting any smaller diamonds, don't worry about putting 300 GP on it. Cause, it's pretty much obvious that that's the only diamond in your inventory. It's pretty obvious from there.
There we go. 1 diamond, and I've subtracted 300 from the gold.
So, as you are chilling out back at the thing, you do. Hello?
That was the bot.
Okay.
That was my.
You do get approached. Up to your table comes an elf woman clad in adventuring gear, holding a bow strapped over her shoulder, and she just sits down at the table with you.
Okay. I
Hmm.
mean, if
And-
anything, obviously.
And looks at, and motions over to the waitress to bring her an ale.
Obviously, if anything, considering the people's things here, obviously gonna look over and just saying, so what, like, basically, and not in this matter of speaking per se, but I'm just gonna paraphrase it. So what's this all about? Like, what are you sitting here for?
She says, "I know who you are. I know what you've done.
Okay.
That's the whole reason I'm here."
So
We have a
you-
Go ahead, please. After you.
So you're just here because you know us, but what's the other thing? Because you feel like you're trying to say more.
We had a mutual friend. My name is Alora. And are you familiar with the Force Grey? You may not have known it, but you knew a member. You actually traveled with him for a while.
Would his name be Harshnag?
And she looks over at Rex and kind of gives him a wink and says, goes, "See, only half elf, but twice as smart as the rest of this group." Because she's an elf too.
Oi!
Next, Next isn't, yeah,
Wow.
just to say, Next isn't paying attention. He's up at the bar with a flagon, and he's about to light a
Okay.
cigar, just going.
Which, speaking of which, I'm probably just gonna, if anything, I'll just
Okay,
I'll
the
just
bender.
just move to the table fully at this point.
Sure, and I can move the cast of poor Chris Rock. He's
Kick him off.
nursing.
Kick him off his table.
Yeah.
Oh, he got slapped out of his table.
Yep. Slap him right through the table.
But yeah.
You're welcome.
Alora says the Forest Grey is also known as the Grey Hands. We're an elite group of adventurers who work directly for the city of Waterdeep. We also
All right.
do missions outside where it benefits Waterdeep and the Sword Coast. And she says, "I have something for you." And she slides over a scroll. Fairly large scroll.
Obviously, at this point, just reaching over, pulling it closer.
Okay. And she says, she goes, "That's for you. My duty here is done. We won't meet again." And she leaves.
Okay.
And you have a
Well.
scroll.
Next is now going to come over to the table and go. So Rex, was that an ex of yours?
No.
Wait. What happened was he kicked her out of this. He kicked her out of her own table.
Yeah, but that joke kind of died a long time ago. We've gone
Yeah,
past
joke-
that joke.
Thanks. Just because she's elven doesn't mean that I had any acquaintance with her.
As they're saying this, I'm just gonna slowly just like unfrill the scroll, what it's all about.
Okay.
When you go ahead.
No, I'm going to say, I overheard Waterdeep and was like, okay, I know the shit that goes on in Waterdeep, so I don't want to know what she wants us to do.
So, as you unroll the scroll,
Yes.
did everyone get that show up on their screen?
Yeah, but I need to zoom in so I can even read
You
this
can
shit.
zoom in. It is quite a bit. Zoom is alt in your scroll wheel. Would you like me to read it?
Okay. How do I zoom in on this thing?
If you have it open and you just click on it and scroll right with your scroll wheel, hold the alt key and scroll back and forth.
Okay.
Not zoomed out on the screen like when you have it in the little.
Ah, I see it. Okay.
Okay. Question is, would you like me to read it,
Yes, please.
Yes.
or does everyone want to read it on their own? Okay.
I mean, I'm reading it on my own, but if you want to read it, that's fine too.
Alright.
The scroll says, "Greetings, my small friends. If you're reading this scroll, it means two things have occurred. One, Force Grey has gotten word that one of the giant lords has lost their Conch of Teleportation. Two, I am no longer with this world. Hopefully my death had meaning.
Oh, it's had plenty of meaning.
I mentioned to you, my wee friends, that King Hecaton had gone missing. I feel the key to bringing order back to the giant folk is to find him. It is with this belief that I send this to you after my death, in hopes that the information helps you on your quest. Prior to the shattering of the Ordning, King Hecaton was arguably the most powerful of all storm giants. From Maelstrom, his citadel deep within the Tackless Sea, he presided over a court that included representatives of every race of giant, from mighty storm giant to lowly hill giant. He used the power of the Worm Skull Throne, a gift given to him by his wife, to keep the more unruly giants in line. For as long as Hecaton had reigned, fear of the king's wrath and respect for the Ordning was enough to keep lesser giants from rising up against him. But in recent years, King Hecaton had become convinced that the age of giants was past, as evidenced by the growing distance between the giants and their god Anam, the Allfather. Didn't answer prayers, and his divine offspring, the lesser giant gods, were out of touch, constantly waging war against one another on the outer planes. Hecaton came to believe that the giants were no longer the rightful masters of the world. Then, several months ago, Hecaton's fear became reality when the Ordning was shattered. The king was profoundly shaken by the realization that storm giants might lose their apex status among the giants. In the aftermath of the upheaval, he did his utmost to hold his court together, bullying weaker giants into submission. Hecaton's wife, Queen Neri, was particularly fond of small folk. She visited them often in the years before the Ordning was sundered, rising up out of the sea to meet them on the shores of the Sword Coast. Neri continually urged her husband to respect the civilizations of the small folk and leave them alone, if he could not countenance forming alliances with them. Hecaton, inherently distrustful of the small folk, wanted nothing to do with them, but respected his wife's desire to treat with them on occasion. Neri continued to visit the small folk from time to time, even after the upheaval, until the day came when she failed to return from one of her trips to the Sword Coast. Hecaton's younger brother, Imperator Uthor, commander of the king's garrison, found Neri's corpse shortly thereafter on a small island where she had been known to meet with humans. It was clear that she had been killed by small folk, and Hecaton wept for days before threatening to unleash his vengeance on the unsuspecting coastal territories. Uthor couldn't calm his brother's rage, so he turned to Princess Sarissa, the king's youngest daughter, for help. Sarissa, who shared her mother's affection for small folk and who stood next in line to inherit the Worm Skull Throne, urged her father to uncover the truth before lashing out at anyone he encountered. Hecaton was swayed by his daughter's level-headedness and wisdom, and once his hurricane-like anger ran its course, he set out to learn how his wife had met her end. He has yet to return. Hecaton, in the year before the breaking of the Ordning, had named Sarissa as his heir apparent. I believe that Sarissa will not be able to hold order among the giants. You must, my diminutive companions, convince Sarissa that you can assist in either finding the lost king or, at the very least, uncover the mystery behind his disappearance. Good luck to you all, your friend in battle and beyond, Harshnag.
Oh boy.
Obviously at that point, put refilling the scroll and just putting it in the bag of holding just to hold on to that.
So you all have it in your journals to reference if you need information from there.
Something tells me we're gonna have to go out and see if we can't convince this princess to let us help. Now,
Well, for dealing with giants, we're gonna need a bigger boat.
Which at this point, just undoing the bag of holding a little bit and just pulling the conch out. And if anything, I'm assuming this has something to do with it.
Well,
And
that's
just
what we were
looking
looking.
at the conch, staring at it.
Most likely.
Next is going to pick up the conch. Oh, magic conch. What shall we do?
I
No,
hear
no,
it.
no, no. It's not that kind of
When
conch.
When you turn it over, it says reply hazy, ask later.
Ah!
What does it mean by no signal?
Then at that point, I'm just
What
gonna
is
put
self-service?
the conch back in the bag of holding and clip it back closed. At this point, I don't think we need it right now, but we might very soon.
Yeah. For the time being, since we've at least finished an adventure, I think we should restock on gear and gear. Does anyone have the
some stuff that we need?
don't we have? Does anyone still have that card for that one guy we got that cool?
And
Cool,
at this point, pulling it out of the bag of holding, like, oh, you mean this one?
Yes, that. Thank you.
Putting it back in the bag of holding for a second, just to wait until we see the. Because I think we need to wait for a full moon, I assume. From what I remember,
I think.
I'm pretty sure it was a full moon.
What's the weather at tonight?
Well, let's see.
Angus, go check.
Yeah, they'll actually go on check.
You can definitely, we'll definitely say it's a full moon. That's fine. And I say that because I said you could do it between levels. So game mechanic wise, you can do it between levels.
Yay!
And
Can we wait like at least an hour in game? Because these cigars are like 2-hour burns and I don't want to waste it. What are deeds and fars? The best of the year. These cost me a lot of money back in the day, guys. I'm trying to make good use of them.
I'm gonna have to, I think, reload Roll20. It's starting to really lag hard for me right now. So I'm not leaving the thing, but I'm gonna have to. I'll leave the game for a second.
Right. So while that's happening, I think
So
who
yes,
wants-
you can definitely go out and call upon the infinite expanse. I believe was what the
Yeah.
shop was called.
So while that's reloading on Dad's end, who wants to talk about what spells they got for our audience?
I mean, the
I'm a rogue. What the hell?
got mass
All
cure
I do
wounds.
is stab people.
nice. That's actually Mass Cure Wounds is actually a really good spell. I'm not gonna lie.
I
Which-
now have Revivify,
Of course, and you have one diamond, but I mean, like, yeah, you only need one for now.
and also I've added a new smite to my collection, Blinding Smite, and yes, I'm predictable with the GIF.
Is
Not
that
surprised.
Yes. Oh, this is my
Also-
surprise face.
Also, I have a perfect bit to use when the first time you use that smite DL.
What?
Hold on, let me DM you something.
Okay.
Which,
Anyway, continuing on, what other spells did everyone else get?
I've actually only added one spell.
Flutter, we can hear that in your end.
Sorry, for mistake.
Ooh, a nice
Hold on.
Yeah,
Nice.
I got a spell I used to have on somebody else, and why did Flutter just go?
I think he was having connection issues. Anyway, so
There we go.
Let's see if that fixed it. Hold on, because
As for me. Oh wait.
Well,
no, go ahead.
As for me, folks, I got a new skill called Brutal Critical.
Would that make you a brutal legend?
You actually ever played
Yep.
that game, Danielle?
No, but I know of things about it.
Oh, it's fucking beautiful.
But yeah.
Especially
Is that available on Steam?
it is. I have it.
Anyway, continuing on.
Well, actually, to go back a tiny bit, I do actually have an ability. I have to say as well. Yeah, the tiny guy, the tiny barbarian there, is the only one that has it now. I
Yep.
got lucky too now. I've definitely rolled too many misses that it's like, yeah, that would help.
Too many boops.
Now you no longer have to do too many Eldritch boops.
Sentai,
Hold
what
on,
we just said
actually,
also.
real quick.
I don't know what you guys are talking about spells for. All I do is stab things, and I
better.
stab things with the menu. Say, here's touch the end of this stick. It's not gonna hurt.
No, I'm not doing that. You think I'm an idiot?
I don't know. Are you?
No!
Gears, do you really want me to answer that question?
Yeah.
Look,
Anyway,
I'm not
I'm
insulting I'm not insulting your personal intelligence. I'm just saying, look, sometimes the decisions this whole party makes can be defined as moronic insanity.
not to mention, let's say the little goblin barbarian going into a room full of giant monsters.
And why do you think Why do you think I had to rush in and thunderstep you out of there, you little?
Anyway, shall we continue on?
Yeah, I think we I think most of the spell. I mean,
Is,
there wasn't like too many spells in that.
Is Roll20 working again now for our DM?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
boy.
Ew.
I'm here. So
Oh, okay.
yes, I'm back in. So if you guys are done with
Okay.
your spells,
Yeah.
and we can
we're
take you to the location for the magic shop.
Yeah, that's good. We're good.
Okay.
So you find the field nearby.
Teleportation, yeah.
It's a full moon.
And of course, if anything, it's tradition at this point that someone says it, and I'm just gonna pull all the card up. I'm pretty sure if I remember this correctly, it's show us the deal as Fat Man, I think. Is it show me or show us? I can't remember if it was show us or show me. I remember
It's on the card.
just like just imagine him trying to scramble the whole fucking card out so he can read the fucking card.
Show us the fat man.
I'm pretty sure it's show. It's either. I'm pretty sure it's show us the deal. And
Nope.
it's taking you a minute for the load.
You're close.
Yeah,
Heiro,
no,
you're
show me
close.
your deal. It's show me your deal, Batman. That's what it is. There we go.
All right, you say that, and then all of a sudden, shimmering in front of you,
Yay! The big man.
Awesome!
Just gonna
And
leave it-
he-
walk
he-
in,
he-
just
he
walk
says-
out.
he's like, "Come in, come in, come in."
Angus. There.
Again.
And he has various wares. Would you like to know what's for sale first? And if you hear anything you like, stop me. Remember, if you don't like this shop, he can reset it one time, but it means that means you can't purchase anything out of the first selection of inventory.
All right, let's see what's on sale.
All right, I'm gonna go through and say it, and stop me if you want an explanation or if you want enough to hear a cost. Ready? He
All
goes,
right.
I have, and he's like a waiter giving his specials. I have a I don't guess they would say +1, but for a level 1 war pick, a level 3 whip. Whoosh. I have a blowgun of warning.
Oh,
Okay.
that would work probably for Nyx.
Well, I mean,
I have a chainmail armor of a lightning resistance.
Ooh.
That would be good for gears.
What it do?
I have a cloak of arachnida.
What the fuck?
Arachnida.
AKA spider powers.
Oh, with this cloak, you have resistance to poison damage. You have a climbing speed. You can move up, down, and across vertical surfaces and upside down along ceilings while leaving your hands free. You can't be caught in webs of any sort, and you can move through webs as if they were just some difficult terrain. And as an action, you can cast the web spell.
Not really. I'm not. So far, I'm not sold on items so far, but
That's fine.
I haven't heard them all yet. How'd you get?
I have this Frostbrand rapier.
That'll work probably for Rex.
Ooh, yeah.
It says when you hit with an attack with this sword, the target takes extra cold damage.
Oh yeah. No, that's
And when you hold the sword, you have resistance to fire damage.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, you're gonna want that.
I'd say go for that.
Okay. So he gives you a cost of the. Now remember, if you buy anything here, you can't do a reset.
We can't
Agreed.
reset.
So
No.
I'll let you know the cost, and
Okay.
you write it. Just like note it somewhere, because that way we'll let you hear everything before you decide whether you want to reset. It's 2,230 gold pieces for the Frostbrand rapier.
I'll pay
If
that.
anything, if we don't pick up anything else, that's still useful to pick up at least something for someone.
What
Yep,
about this?
but-
What about the chainmail thing?
Oh, there's plenty left.
yeah,
He's got a
there's
good
still
he's got a good shop today.
Ooh, okay,
Uh,
okay.
He goes.
Here, what else is there?
He pulls up out a gem that shines. He goes, I have this gem of brightness, and he pulls out and it does a really bright light. And he says, he goes, not only will it light your way, but it can blind your enemies.
If anything, Gears, you're gonna want to pick that up because remember, very soon I'm not gonna have access to the spell.
Okay, then. How much is that?
The gem of brightness is 5,000 gold pieces.
Thankfully, we have gold for that.
Sold.
So it's an American.
No, it's a Frostbrand rapier, right?
Yeah.
Frost. Yep.
Okay.
Okay,
Just adding that to my
I would
equipment.
say
Figure.
for
Gem
anything personally,
of
just wait.
brightness.
That means also you get to cast the spell Flash.
He said these are my most expensive items in the shop today, and he pulls out these little statuettes of ivory goats, and there's 3 of them.
Hey.
Oh, I know that.
They each look different. He says this is the goat of traveling. It can become a large goat and be ridden like a horse. He says
Right.
it has 24 charges, and each hour it spends on the road costs 1 charge. It says
Okay,
you can
so
use it as often as you wish, but it runs out of charges. It goes to a figurine and can't be used for 7 more days. Then he goes, and he pulls it back, and he goes, this goat, the goat of travail, becomes a giant goat for up to 3 hours. And once it's used, it can't be used again for 30 days. Pulls it back. He goes, and this is the goat of terror. It becomes a giant goat for 3 hours, but it can't attack, but you can remove its horns and use them as weapons. One becomes a lance, the other becomes a longsword, and any creature hostile to you that starts in this area is afraid of the goat has to really steel themselves or be frightened from the goat. And he pulls them all back. He goes, they only sell as a set.
I'm not really. I don't really. The thing is, though,
That's fine.
only really one of those is actually useful, honestly.
Yeah, that's a good point. So that's everything?
No.
No, he has more. He still
Oh,
has
there's more. Okay, what's here?
And I have the Lantern of Revealing, which basically this lantern shines a light for 30 feet, but invisible creatures and objects are visible as long as they are in the lantern's bright light.
Oh, that will come in handy.
The problem is, though, is that I'm pretty sure we already have someone that can do that in the party without a lantern. I think. I'm pretty sure Gears, you can do that. I think. Something similar to that you can see.
You're thinking divine sense.
Which, if anything, I don't think because we have him with divine sense. So, if anything, I don't necessarily think we need that.
Yeah.
So I think we're good on that one. I don't think we need that either. but we'll hear everything out, and then we'll see what we want to get from there potentially.
He goes, I have a long sword of sharpness.
Okay.
It does extra damage if you do very good hits, and it has a potential with another very good hit to lop off a limb.
Hmm.
It says I have this mariner's hide. It's basically heavy armor, but it gives you a swimming speed equal to your walking speed.
That definitely worked with gears in case we ever go in case he ever falls, overboard here on a boat.
I'm gonna be honest though, I might want to pick that. I might want to pick that up for someone down the line. For someone that's coming up later, I might want to actually pick that up, depending on how much that is.
Okay.
How much
So
is
here,
that,
so here's where I have a problem. That's really, really metagaming. Like that's super metagaming to say I'm gonna buy this for a character I'm gonna have in the future. So
the sword was the only thing that I was mostly thinking about that anyways, because I knew I was gonna.
Yeah,
just yet, so.
Like I've been really good about letting you switch characters in and out, but to start buying things on a previous character in campaign for a character that doesn't exist.
I'm just trying to think about like if I don't know. Well, I don't think we need it now, but that's the only use I can think of it. Unless we want to get it for gears, that's the only use I can think of.
I would say if you want to keep doing those character swaps, I'm gonna insist that you role play as your character.
Oh, I'm not gonna swap that much past like the one that's going next, but I'm just trying to think of like things for this.
It has a ring mail of armor of resistance, but like the chainmail, but this is resistance to force damage.
Force damage is rare, so.
I have a +2 rod of the Pact Keeper.
I'm gonna want that.
Right.
He goes, good eye. Oh, actually, you know what? That's not even the most. That's actually the other one was not the most expensive. This is the second most expensive thing I have.
Okay.
It's 16,000 gold pieces.
Oh god. That would be we'd have to chip in kind of thing because I only have 11,000 and I don't want to spend all my gold for that.
Yeah. He says I have another scale mail armor of resistance. This is psychic damage.
Resist
Too situational.
Oh wait, I can't resist psychic due to my.
Honestly, it might be good to get him that because then he can resist.
Oh wait.
But he can't wear armor.
Yeah, I'm a barbarian.
Yeah.
He said I have this short sword of warning. That is the most expensive item I have.
How much is that?
That would set you back 60k.
Nope. No.
No.
I
think I'm good with the +1 rod for now. I don't think I need the plus because I can't really unless we want to chip in for that. I can't afford a higher rod.
Excuse me. You're good with the what?
The +1. You know what I mean.
He says I have this, and he pulls out another figure. It's a silver raven. He says this figure can become a raven for 12 hours. And once you use it, you can't use it again for 2 days. But when it's in this form, you can cast Animal Messenger on it.
Oh.
He says, I have this. It's another armor of resistance. This is splint mail. It's necrotic damage.
Whoa.
I have this crossbow, heavy crossbow. That is a vicious heavy crossbow. If you're familiar with vicious weapons, that when you attack extra good, the target takes an extra 7 damage, or an extra 7 if I were to quantify it by points to damage of the weapons type.
Like he's trying not to break.
Yeah,
this
character.
So this guy trying to break character right now.
And I have this this vicious warhammer that'll do the same. Now, would you be wanting to make a purchase on these items, or would you like to see what we might have on our reset?
Remember, Rex did say something about picking up the Frostbrand rapier.
Yeah, I said we would. I said if that's fine. So that's if you want to start purchasing, that's absolutely good. That Frostbrand, and I will repeat anything I've said if you are interested. The Frostbrand rapier has been sold direct for 2,230 gold pieces.
Would there be any way of like using the plus, like maybe using the +1 rod to make the price of that lower or something, or is that not a thing I could do?
I don't know. He hasn't bought anything from you guys. Let me take a look and see what maybe we could do on that.
Because I have the +1 rod pact keeper, but like it's not really. If I have an opportunity to get a +2 one, that's even better.
Query.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
How much better would a crossbow be compared to a sharp bow?
A crossbow, I think, does more. It might do a little more damage, I think.
So that would take that down to. I gotta do some math. Hold on one sec.
Okay, that's fine.
Anyway, you were saying, Hiiro?
I'm pretty sure crossbows do a little more damage, I think, but I don't know by how much.
Well, I'd rather not trade it for. Well, I'd rather not swap it out for the short bow if it's not that much better. I am curious about the chainmail.
He would take that off your hands, and it would drop the price down to 10,400, based on his markup and reselling that item.
If anything, I'd still probably want at that point if we could, because I know it's for one person's item, but it'd be nice if we could a chip like that. I really don't want to have to spend like 10,000 gold.
You're kind of asking too much for us, dude.
Yeah.
I understand, and it's a good item, but I think it's only best for us to chip in on stuff that's beneficial to all of us.
That's a lot, and I'll be honest with you, that's a lot of money for an additional +1. It's just one +1 to the roll.
Yeah, he's right.
I mean, if you want to spend your money out, but the whole party chipping in on a +1, I don't know. That seems like a lot to ask to me too.
Yeah.
Agreed.
All right, so who else wants anything? Cloak of Arachnida, the Frostband Rapier's gone.
Yeah.
Gem of Brightness or Lantern of Revealing.
Well, the Gem of Brightness, you might want to pick up that.
How much better do you think the new chainmail will be compared to what I'm currently wearing?
Not. Your current armor is plate.
Your armor class would drop.
Yeah, the chainmail. You're talking about the chainmail of the resist chainmail?
Yeah.
Or the scale mail? Which one are you talking about?
Either or.
The chainmail will be the best option for armor, but it's not going to be close to your plate.
So in other words, I'm best to just keep stuff as is.
Yeah, you're best to keep your armor.
All right, fair enough.
Much more expensive.
Then.
But if you want the Gem of Brightness, that's $5,000.
I've already purchased it.
Okay,
yeah,
so. Note that in your sheet.
Already done.
And
I'm not spending. I'm not gonna. No. Up to extra +1. I'm not gonna spend 10K. I'll just keep what I have. It's not worth spending 10K for a fucking extra +1.
Yeah, that's a lot. Anybody else? Vicious Warhammer, Vicious Heavy Crossbow, Splint Mail. By the way, these if I didn't tell you last time, I have a thing that does randomly generates magic shops, and I have a certain number I put in for each of the types available, and it randomly generates. Ooh, bless you. Anyone want anything else? Blowgun of Warning, Chainmail Armor Resistance Lightning, Cloak of Arachnida.
How much is that cloak thing? How much is it?
The cloak is $5,000 as well.
I'd suggest not. I suggest that you don't go after that because you'd be.
And
You'd be blowing
And-
your gold.
And also, as we start getting higher up, does everybody know how many items they have attuned to?
I have the limit. I know I have the limit. So
You have the limit.
yeah, I have the limit. I have 3.
Let's see. Where do I got to see that?
You
You have to look at your magic items. Yeah.
And what you're attuned.
Okay.
And it should say the ones should say requires attunement.
Okay, so let me check that.
I
Let's see.
so I have my flute, but that's it.
Okay, then you're good. You can only attune to 3 magic items at any
Let's
given
see,
time.
let's see, I got my boots. I got
boots. I think it's just boots, the bracer, and maybe the sword.
That's what I
Sword
was
doesn't
gonna-
require the sword. I don't think that sword requires
No.
attunement. It might.
Blade of
might.
Fury, it's a magic weapon.
Yeah, but I don't think
Yeah,
if it doesn't say it, I don't think I said attunement on that item.
No, I don't think so. I also
I
got
don't believe so.
I got the quiver, which is
Oh right.
but yeah.
Anybody else on any items?
Mm,
I said that because that cloak requires attunement.
Okay, then let's not then.
I literally have I had no
Yeah.
reason to stay in here because that was the rod was the only thing I was curious about, but it's not worth fucking 10,000 gold.
There's nothing in the shop
Not
Nix is
funny.
currently interested
No.
in.
Okay. I was wondering if that cloak might be up your alley there, Nix.
I'm already wearing a cloak. I'd have to take off my cloak of elven.
You would. Yeah, so that would drop your.
And he's more interested in the crossbow that's being sold.
Who is?
Nix.
Oh
Next.
yeah, thinking about
the heavy crossbow.
Oh, it's a heavy.
It is.
No, I'd say no.
No.
Then that doesn't make
No,
sense.
you know what? Is your current crossbow plus or whatever?
Don't think so. I think it's just a generic hand crossbow.
Okay. Then do they have a light? Yes, they do. Okay. Then I will say, if this is one of the cheaper items on the thing, and you haven't got anything, so I'll say, if you want to get that, we'll say, did I say heavy? I meant light. It's 400 gold pieces, and there's no bonuses, but the attribute you're looking at is this. So it's not a very expensive weapon, but it's not as overly powerful weapon either. So, but
Yeah,
that's extra. That's extra. That's extra 7. There's times extra 7 will end a person.
I mean, I'll take it because what I can do is if I'm needing to take if I'm just thinking the hand crossbow is more for when I'm in melee combat. If I do decide to stay ranged for a while, I can use the sneak attack with the ranged attacks.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So I'll spend the 400.
Yeah. Do you want it as a heavy? You can have it as a heavy. If you want it for the range.
I mean, I'll have a quick look. I can't remember what the attributes of heavy are. The heavy one are.
Heavy is hold on, I'll tell you.
Beacon piercing. Heavy.
By the way, DL, this is what I was referring to earlier with blinding smite.
It's got a longer range, 100 and 400. It's two-handed though. It's two-handed, so you'd have to do a weapon change. But it's also 1d10 piercing.
I'll take it.
I love it. I love Flutter. Bravo. Bravo, good sir.
Anyway.
Thanks.
All right.
Which, by the way, DL, real quick. Hold on. Go ahead.
Now, does anyone have anything else they're wanting to purchase?
No,
I think I'm good.
I mean,
No.
obviously, I know half the time there's not always going to be items for everybody in these because magic randomly generated means there's not going to always be items for everybody. So
That's true. We did. I did the. You guys did get a a point where you got your wish list and you got like to kind of shop that way. So that's not going to be that way always. So
Yeah.
That's at the end of.
I'll have to do something
So
similar.
this heavy crossbow, what's it? Is it just a standard heavy crossbow with the extra 7?
yep, it's called a vicious crossbow. I don't know if it has that in the compendium you could drag in, or
Actually,
probably
if anything,
does,
I'm just thinking.
or it may
about
not. If it doesn't, just add that to it. Plus 7 on a crit.
Actually, no, I'm not gonna. No, I'm not gonna look up that vicious hammer because no, I'm not. I don't get into combat like that.
No, you really don't.
I don't get that close to combat, and if I did, that would be a terrible idea.
Because you are a squishy.
Yes, I'm squishy. I know that. I've almost died 7 times now.
He's our Squishy. We should name him Squishy.
I understood that reference.
You can't say it like well.
But
How do you know that wasn't intentional?
Yeah. Anyway.
I didn't do.
What?
I did not adjust things based on dynamic lighting on the next map that I think you guys will be heading to.
So yeah, you might have to do that real quick.
Yeah, hold on.
Good, because remember, I don't.
No strange reason I can't drag and drop on this.
Do you have the sheet popped out?
Yep.
Yeah, don't close it and reopen it in the window. It doesn't like that for some reason, which I think is stupid, but it just doesn't. All right, so
That is stupid.
it is. I don't know if there's a technical reason why, but dynamic lighting off.
I'm just trying to see like what tool you're using to do that, because I just want to see just to do it sometimes myself.
It is 5e magic shop 5e magic.shop.
Okay. I just want to see what it, because it's one of those things, it's like curiosity killed the cat kind of thing, so I just want to see what it's like.
Okay, so if I click on here. Okay, so I think that's gonna show everything. Hold on, I gotta figure out how to get the fog back on.
That's it added in.
Hide areas.
Sure. Why not?
I think this was an overall successful haul.
Agreed.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let me do my current damage calculation with my sneak attack as well. 1d10, so I say do max is 10.
It's kind of funny. Half the items that you had in the shop here for this one, I just generated a random one myself, and I got like 3 of those items in the list that I just made randomly. The vicious heavy crossbow, the studded. This one was studded leather, but it's very similar at least.
Wow.
It's just kind of fun to like do that just to see what it is.
So, if I rolled max damage on each of my dice, if I rolled a crit with this weapon, I would be doing 87 damage with the heavy crossbow.
Oh my god. Fucking Christ, man.
Okay, I forgot my +4, so that's 91.
Good, so that worked. All right. Okay, what are you guys doing next?
I
I
guess
guess
moving on.
Moving on.
Yeah, just moving on and trying. I guess if anything, we should probably remember that letter that we need to go do that next.
Yeah.
The letter that came. I think it was the result of Duvessa, I believe.
But hold on. We need to figure out a very important question. And should the worst occur, what happens if our princess is in another castle?
God damn it!
I knew it.
Ah!
I'd like to ask the DM if we can keel haul players if we're on a boat.
I mean, we don't really do PvP, but that may be a can of worms you don't want to open. But
Yeah. Anyway,
Let's not say we did.
all
let's
right,
continue on.
yep.
I'm trying to
Because actually
remember
thinking though,
what the letter was
he's a
going
paladin.
to.
Technically, I'm undead, so he would be doing it. Technically, I'm undead when I'm revived.
I'm just trying to remember, because it's been.
I
so
feel like
long,
you're not
I don't remember.
undead. You're technically like reincarnated.
Yeah, it's more reincarnated than dead.
You're alive. You're just.
So what you're saying is I'm from an isekai.
Kinda.
Oh dear.
But I'm trying to remember who the letter was supposed to go to. It's been so long that I can't remember this.
For what letter?
I think it was somewhere in Waterdeep. We needed to take a letter to someone. I think.
Oh, the little side quest thing. Yeah, if you want to do that.
Let's
It's
go
just
do that.
the hard thing about that side quest is me and Hiiro went and got it. DLBot was recording. He didn't come with us, so there's no recording of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I would say you have what you need to go do what Harshnag was telling you. I just felt like you may need a little more information on exactly what you were doing.
Yeah, that's why.
So
we should.
the whole point of how to get there is why you got the conch.
Oh, so we can teleport there.
Yes.
Yep.
I mean,
So
do we want to go ahead and do that now?
Might as well.
Everyone's
Do
long
it.
rested. We do it the next, next morning or whatever.
Yep.
Morning.
Okay. All
Here we
right.
go.
All right. You ready?
Teleportation, yeah.
All right.
Teleportation.
And everything.
Remember, it's gonna.
what was it? Oh yeah. Porky, 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 porky.
Everything shimmers around you. Does everyone have us on the map now?
The map's
Remember-
completely.
Remember, because of what's up with my computer. Remember, we have to do that. But
It is
it's basically near the top right corner, but down a tiny bit.
We're not on the Sword Coast anymore.
Ah!
I do not
wait.
see.
There we are.
I
There we go.
do not see anything.
Neither do I.
Scroll
Just
down.
zoom out all the way, and then you'll see it.
Oh, there it is.
Ding! There's another one.
You see that deal? You see that square that with the purple floor?
No.
Deal. An easy way to say it is zoom out all the way. Like zoom out until it's 10, till the balloon thing on the side's at 10%.
Oh, I see it now. Jesus Christ, that is tiny.
And then zoom back in. It gets bigger once you zoom in.
Okay. There we go. And okay. Did we enter a section in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon?
no. You did not. What you do is you appear on top of a glowing glyph carved into the floor of an alcove in the northeast corner of this rough-hewn chamber.
Oh, by the way,
Never mind.
Sorry.
I was trying to tell you to shush.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. What'd you guys say?
No, I was gonna make a joke when you're done describing the room. It's a small thing I want you to do. I can wait.
Okay, you guys can see because the moist walls are covered in this bioluminescent lichen. You see snails, starfish, barnacles, tiny little crabs crawl across the floor. They're harmless. But they do avoid. You notice they avoid the sigil. And you hear music, and a powerful female voice singing, and a masterfully, you feel like a pipe organ that especially the bard can appreciate how well it's being played. It comes from this spiral staircase that you see on the other side of the chamber. There is a pool that you see in the middle of the chamber. in the cavern here that you're in is about the ceiling's about a 50-foot high ceiling. You see little entry hallways to the north and to the east, as well as a little passageway that's a more natural passageway to the south.
Okay, so
All right.
somehow we've entered the lair of Ariel from The Little Mermaid.
Which the joke that I was gonna make is like as we're all teleporting in, I like the last one to teleport in, just go flat on my face.
Also, this is the sound we hear when we're teleported.
Followed up by hearing Kai screaming, "Ah!" Face planning.
You okay there?
Getting up. I wasn't prepared for this.
He's been crawling for 30 minutes.
Believe me, I was really there with that joke.
Anyway, okay, so clearly there's something going on here. So maybe we should see who the hell's making that music.
Yeah.
I vote
Which
we go
direction is
this
the,
way.
I will give you some. I'll give you a quick reveal since you can probably look down this corridor here.
Which and another small note is which direction is the music coming from?
Up
The
here.
stairwell.
Okay, so that means we're definitely going that way then.
Hold on.
That was like a. Oh, there's rooms going off.
Wait, hold on.
You do see there's some rooms going off to the east. And at the end of the east hallway is you see a giant stone statue, which is where the star is there. It's a female storm giant holding a harp and wearing a gown of purple coral.
Ooh.
And then you can probably, if you approach, well, no, from where you're at, you probably can't see it, but I will go ahead and, because you will, if you're moving about the room, you would eventually see it.
Yeah, if any. I'll just
So you see two larger like hallways or openings that go out off of this one, but at the far north of this, you see a statue of a male storm giant blowing into a pink and blue conch shell.
Right. And I'm only coming down this way just to see the rooms, just so we know what.
You see doors, and they are, they're not like you would think a giant room doors. They're like maybe 15 feet tall, and most of you could easily reach the doorknobs.
Is there for Angus?
Right.
I had to jump up. Alright, next, why don't you see what is behind door number 1?
I mean, if anything, it's probably.
I mean, they're big. These doors are large, but they're definitely not like you. Like you guys were in the Hall of Anam, and you saw what size giant doors were. Like this is not that. So
they're tall. They're slightly taller than us, but we can reach up and grab them.
Yeah, you could reach the doorknobs easily. It's almost like they would be to accommodate like the variety of sizes that might be in for like what they would consider small folk.
Yeah, various people.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do?
If anything, let's just go to see the source of the sound at this point, because it's like going behind those doors right now is not a huge deal. We can literally do that at any other moment.
Yeah.
I was gonna make a joke if we open into something that just goes occupado.
Obviously, considering the whole thing that we're doing here, I'm just gonna, even though it's not the best idea, as I know I can be trusted with a little bit, I'm gonna take like a little bit of a helm of like the walking up group.
Okay.
I mean, it makes most sense for like in these types of cases.
Go ahead and tell me what your marching order is coming up the stairs. Who's first?
Paladin in front. He's got the defense in case he gets shot.
Carl's in front.
I'll stay right if it's possible. I'll stay like right beside him just to be there.
I'll be right behind the squishy.
So who's first? So you got Gears first, or
Well, how big are the stairs? Could we go?
you
like,
could
side by
probably
side?
go side. You probably could go 2 abreast. Yeah, 2 side by side.
That's what I'll go right beside him.
All right. So who's behind me and who's behind the squishy?
I'm behind the squishy.
All right,
Okay.
and then, just fill in the last spot, Rex.
And Rex is coming is bringing up the rear. Okay. All right.
Yeah, that'll work.
He's a minstrel.
Away!
Rex is a minstrel.
Rex, anytime now.
Hold on.
No, I've got you. Don't worry about it. We're about to change to next to the
We're about
map
to change
anyway.
again.
Oh nope. Go back.
Ah, shit.
I didn't say
Spoilers.
anything.
I put you back because I didn't adjust that other map.
Again,
And I
I didn't
wasn't
say
sure.
anything.
Most people it would have been blank, but I know there's some issues with that, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn the dynamic lighting off. And gotta put the fog of war on. I always forget about having to do this. Reset fog. Alright, and
Holy shit! It didn't. We didn't go back in the maps, by the way. We're still on the. At least I am.
you should be.
Go
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
map.
No, I moved you back right away because I knew I hadn't changed the dynamic lighting.
No, I'm saying I'm still on the map for the I'm still seeing like all the giant types. Like I'm literally looking at them.
Then by all means, please don't look at them, and we'll move you to something else, and then move you back.
There we go.
Okay, let me zoom out.
This might just be also just a dark map for
What
the sake of a dark map, I'm
the-
guessing.
Oh, there we go.
Remember, we're back on the old map because of the problems with that.
Well, there's nothing here.
Remember, same spot as before. It's literally it's the old map.
No, I'm looking right now. It's literally just a blank grid and such like that.
That's weird.
I'll refresh.
You may have to, yeah.
By the way, while you refresh DL, check your DMs.
Well, all right. This one's not playing well.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, give me a sec.
Okay, now we're back.
There we go. That's weird. Turn on fog of war. Yes. Ah. There we go. Okay.
All right.
So let me show you what you could see.
Hold on.
Okay. Now I'm going to move you guys over to the new map. This should
Now
be
we should be good.
it should be fog of war set appropriately.
Okay.
All right.
Whoa!
Let's see here. Whoa!
Okay.
Lot of giants.
Damn.
Yeah.
Fog of War's not on.
Yeah, we can see all the giants.
No, I think
We
we're
should be able to
supposed to.
see all the giants in one. Is the whole entire map clear?
No.
No, the
Yeah.
only thing I can
Yeah.
the only thing I can see is the middle area.
There is fog of war like around the map, but
Not for me.
There should
Wait.
be an area of
Hang on, let me refresh.
You should
where
be
it's
able to-
pink.
there should be an area right in this area that you can see that has a couple of giants. Like
I can
1,
see
2,
it, yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, like a bit.
Like what's the
Okay.
Feels like we walked in the middle of something.
Like just. It's just like walking. It's like walking up the stairs and seeing someone taking, like walking into the bathroom and seeing someone taking a shower. Oh, sorry.
Oh boy.
Did we take the wrong turn at Albuquerque?
I mean,
Where's
if anything, we do. Actually, I'm gonna actually, instead of putting the bag of holding, kind of found a way to tie it around his waist, around his around his waist, where it's like the scrolls on like the back of his back, basically.
All right,
Like,
so I'm going to, in your order, move you in just into the room because otherwise everyone would be seeing what you're seeing. Is everyone good on seeing the map properly? It should just see basically a circular chamber with a bunch of like, okay.
Yeah.
So what you see, so when you come in, you hear the music that fills this large hall. You see it split into 2 levels, if you can notice. There's a 15-foot high raised ledge that hugs the wall to the north and the east, and a sloping ramp leads up to it. The acoustics are excellent here. Barnacle-covered pillars of hewn rock rise to meet the vaulted ceiling, and a huge crystal window allows light that casts beautiful patterns on the walls. That's this area that's behind them is a right. That's not. I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. I hit it instead of revealing it. That area. It's like a big clear like window that shows out in the back.
It's like a plate, like not plate glass. It's like that ornate stuff you see in like
yeah, it's like a colored crystal glass window basically that shines light in. So under this window you see a hulking crab, giant crab with different colored nodules and hollow tubes of coral that have grown out of its shell. This creature appears to be a living instrument. When one of the nodules on its shell is tapped, the motion tickles the crab and causes it to exhale a burst of air through one of its coral pipes, producing a deep tone, similar to that of a pipe organ, which is what you thought you heard down below.
Ooh,
intriguing.
Which, by the way, you're not the only one that would find this actually very entertaining. Look at my background.
So, you guys can see. This is kind of the scene right here.
Is there any key people that are standing out that would make the most sense to look like the person we're looking for here?
Well, first off, you're not right now. Everybody in this room is a giant.
I'll talk about the princess in particular. Is what I meant.
Well, that's right now. You don't know what the princess look like. What you do see is there are two female storm giants that are on the stage. The one on the left is singing, and the one on the right is basically using these whalebone mallets to basically play the crab.
Tap it, basically.
Right. You see several other giants you recognize from you've been kind of into giants now. You recognize what you believe is a cloud giant. You recognize a fire giant because you fought one, a female fire giant, a frost giant because you're familiar with Harshnag, a stone giant, and you see them all sitting around these little tables that are basically giant shells that are there, and they're watching. You also see 2 storm giants that are on either side of the room that are standing and look to have the garb as if they were guards. So you come in, and as soon as you come in, it's like that thing with a trope where people come into the very straight-laced people walk into the biker bar and they hear they immediately stop there. They immediately stop performing. And when they do that, these 2 storm giants step forward as if to intercept you.
Well,
and
as soon as they're approaching,
hi,
taking out the scroll to
hello,
to present it to one of the guards to say here's basically why we're even here in the first place.
As soon okay, Do you before you give that scroll over? Do you remember about Harshnag?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you remember what one of the things he was doing and famous for?
Why do I feel like this is gonna go horribly wrong in this scroll?
I'm just trying to make sure you remember the previous what before you show them a note from Harshnag. Remember what Harshnag was doing across the countryside when you found him.
What was he
Oh,
doing
may that be
again?
good? We
He was
might,
hunting
well,
giants.
Yeah, thank you.
okay,
Thank you.
let's
The
put
rogue,
that scroll.
the rogue is remembering correctly.
Let's
He was
actually
out.
not put that.
Also, the rogue is already halfway down the steps.
Let's actually. I'm actually not. Well, actually, instead of handing them the scroll, I'm just going to explain that we're here for.
But
very
as soon as they start moving, these guards start moving to interpose themselves between you and everything.
Yeah.
All right. The frost giant, or the storm giant on the left, the one that was singing, stops.
Which I believe
and
was this one.
This one right here.
Huh.
And she calls out very loudly, very firmly for them to stop. And she says, "Stand down. Let's see what brings these puny creatures to our court."
Well, I'm gonna have to show. I'm gonna have to, regardless of what I think, I might have to show her that note that we got, even if it might not end well. I might have to.
You might.
Obviously,
I don't
know.
know.
That part was out of character.
But
obviously.
whatever we're gonna do, we're gonna find out next week because it's not.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Court is where we'll end it tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And Nyx is halfway down the stairwell.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. If anything, that was
what-
more like
I know. I was kidding.
just a joke.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
hey, you get back here.
Anyway, so that's gonna do it for this edition of the Rising Legends Chapter 3. It is time for the sign-offs. Go!
I have been your fumbling flyer for your Indian sing Storm Flyers.
I have been here, Spirit King, and hopefully, if that's who I'm thinking it is, hopefully she understands the true meaning of that note.
One can only hope.
We can only
Oh,
hope.
yeah. Crimson Visor, kill you. Crimson, I'm going to say, no, 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 no,
Ah!
no, no.
No.
Where do you think you're going?
This was an in-main contract.
Anyway, I mean,
Yeah.
calling podcast to Sentaifan 100, and don't piss me off, or else you face my blade.
I, of course, have been your kind of overlord, real god extraordinaire, DLBot 2016, and many of them just a passing Sutoku fan. Remember that. And remember, people. Hey, someday you'll see and wish you could be part of a giant's world. I mean, come on, the Little Mermaid analogs were kind of fucking obvious. I had to say something.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Come now, Gears. Life under the sea is better than anything they have up there.
Bravo! Round of applause for our DM.
That's beautiful. I love it. It was great.
And our DM Markus says,
Good job, guys. Good session, and we'll see you next week. I'll try not to kill you. I know that wasn't right, but
Please.
whatever.
God, please don't, because I'm actually terrified, because I don't want to die.
anyway,
So, no, go ahead. What were you gonna say? I have one thing to say for
What is it?
game wise in a minute. So
What
I
is
just
it?
didn't know if you're wrapping up to say goodnight, or if you need to do your announcements for your other stuff.
go ahead and do what you want to say first before.
Okay. Okay. So just be clear, so I'm prepared, I guess, for next week. The plan is going to be, if I'm not mistaken, for you guys to you're gonna show her like the scroll that Harshnag
Show her, yes. Show her the
sent you.
scroll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you
Even if
all
it's a
do you
scroll.
all have and your so do you all have it in your journals, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Can
I
someone
have
check?
the actual
Can
scroll- I have
someone
the actual
check?
scroll with me, but yeah.
Yeah. Can someone check to make sure you can access it?
Let me check. Yeah, we can access that. I just clicked on it. It just popped out again. So yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
Okay. Cool. So you can see it. It has everything that you need to give her.
For some reason, when I clicked on it, it doesn't have any text on it.
What?
Like nothing's on it. I'm serious. Like I'm literally looking at it. There's like no text on it, like at all.
What? That's weird. Huh.
I'm looking at I'm looking at a blank sheet of.
Okay. So, while we're fixing that, mind if I see the other announcements?
Oh no, we're not fixing that. That's how the scroll now appears. We'll deal with
What?
that next week.
Well, we'll just have to explain it because I remember a big chunk of it. So.
All right. So can I say the other announcements for?
Yeah. Do your thing.
Okay. So. So just a heads up, people. Later tonight we will be having our special rift to commemorate Hiroyuki Iwatanabe via our riff of Deno Oratanjo. So look forward to that. Also, people, look forward to our eventual upload of Batman Beyond Return of the Joker. We are working very hard to get that video up and running. Trust me, it will be worth it.
Mm-hmm.
And I thank my dad for helping us try and get things worked out.
First
Good.
pass had no audio, so that was
Yeah,
an issue.
that's the last issue. That's the most recent issue.
But we might be doing something tomorrow. Or might be another session of the Dual Saloon. Might be something else entirely. Who knows? Oh, so I have some time before work, so it's hard to say. Though we won't be doing anything Sunday because, well, it's Mother's Day, and most of us probably want to spend time with our dear mothers, and in particular for me and my dad, we have plans to go see something.
Sorry.
The
Sorry.
fuck was that?
Hold on. Sorry, it's a video that I'm watching in the spoiler room. Hold on.
What the shit? Anyway. Okay. But this Sunday, so at Mother's Day, my mom, dad, and I, we are going out to see Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Ooh. Oh, so yeah.
Yeah.
Also, people, just a heads up. Come sometime soon. I will not come the 12th. I will not be free at all because I have graduation that day. Yeah. Just give heads up on that. So that pretty much will do it for any other. And that's what we have. We will keep you all updated on things as they come along. Have a good night, folks. Take care. We'll see you all next time. Bye.
Haters.